I was deployed overseas, serving my country, when I got a message from my neighbor. "Hey man, why is there a family living in your house?" First, I laughed, thought it was some kind of weird joke. But it wasn't. The Homeowners Association, my own HOA, had rented out my house without telling me, and when I got back, my platoon took it back. The only way we knew how. "Hi. My name's Ryan. I'm of 33. I'm a U.S. Marine. Before deployment, I bought a small home in a quiet Florida suburb. Clean streets, tall fences, typical HOA neighborhood. I paid my dues, followed the rules, and when I left, I made sure everything was in order. Mortgage, auto pay, lawn care, scheduled, utilities, handled. I even notified the HOA in writing that I was being deployed. I had legal protection too, under the Service Members Civil Relief Act. I trusted they'd respect that. But I was wrong. 3 months into deployment, I get a message from my old neighbor Tom. He says, "There's a moving truck in your driveway. Looks like someone's moving in." I told him to call the police. Turns out, it wasn't a break-in. It was a lease, a signed lease, supposedly from me. But I never signed anything. The HOA had taken it upon themselves to rent out my house, claiming it was abandoned. Abandoned? My mortgage was paid. My yard was clean. My HOA dues were current. They knew I was deployed. I contacted my legal rep at JAG. Turns out, what they did wasn't just immoral. Could be criminal. The HOA president, Douglas, had a history of overreach. He created some emergency clause that let him take action in the best interest of the community. But forging a lease? That's not in anyone's interest. Couldn't act right away, but when my deployment ended, I wasn't going alone. I came back with 5 Marines from my unit, all on leave, all ready to support. We pulled up to my house, and yep, a family was inside. I knocked. Politely, I explained everything, and to their credit, they were horrified. Their lease? It had a forged signature. Mine. We helped them pack. Paid for a few nights at a hotel. Why? Because they weren't the problem. Douglas was. Next, we walked straight into the HOA board meeting. Douglas looked up and turned white. 6 Marines in uniform standing in the back row. We didn't raise our voices. We just laid down the facts. My orders, my payments, my legal protections, their forgery. The room went silent. Douglas and 2 board members resigned on the spot. I filed suit, illegally seizing property, forgery, violating federal protections. It didn't take long. The HOA settled, and while I can't share the amount, let's just say, my house is now paid off. And the best part? The community voted to dismantle the HOA. It's now a volunteer-run neighborhood board. Accountable, transparent, human. Here's what you need to know. 1. Know your rights. Especially if you serve, the SCRA exists to protect you. 2. Document everything. Emails, payments, notices. Never trust an HOA verbally. 3. Fight smart. You don't need to scream. You need to show up with facts and the law. If you've ever been pushed around by an HOA or seen something shady in your neighborhood, drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because in the suburbs, peace and quiet is just the cover story.